Into the night, into your home. Oh man, really wish we could get another updated new song.
Is that guy even still around?
I don't think so. We'll have to. We'll get,
It's Statoverse.
Yeah. All right. Let's find fire noise. We'll talk
Fire
about
noise.
this.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode 228 of the STS Guys. I am Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
And I'm Scott.
And we are the STS Guys, a weekly podcast where we sit around, shoot the shit, and talk about anything geeky, nerdy, and cool. What is going on this week, guys?
Oh my. Your favorite bi-weekly podcast is back. So
yeah. Hey, every once in a while we have to take a week off, but here we go.
It's been a week.
Sure as shit has.
Dude.
It's been rough. So yeah, I have a thing. I think what we need to do.
Okay.
And I don't know how we're gonna do this. Larry, you are very good about finding these sort of things and figuring it out. So we need I think we need an updated intro song, right? About the STS Guys. And I think that we should find somebody who will do like an a cappella thing like that again. We need to find somebody who either does like a beatbox or an a cappella thing, and we'll do it. That is your challenge.
All right.
To see if you can find somebody.
Yeah.
A new Fiverr challenge for Larry.
Yeah. No, I think that is a great idea. It's been a long time since we've been
either that anywhere. Or you know what we also need is the puppet rap guy.
No, I forgot about that.
No, here's what we can do, right? I guess like you just spun up an idea.
I'm good at that.
I said let's have a contest between the four of us. I said three of us here right now, but like I said, including Mike because he's not here. Let's basically redo our Fiverr episode, but with STS Guys theme song. And so basically we go and find basically the gems out there. Okay. So in essence, right? I said, well, at the end of the day, we'll have 4 STS Guys songs that we can cycle through, but one will become the main intro song, then we can basically have like some backups. I said to teach that song as well.
Yeah, I like it.
Because I'm playing it. It's gonna be hard to beat.
STS Podcast.
Guys. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to beat that.
We need one of those without the fire noise, because that fire noise is like 3 seconds, but it's the longest 3 seconds ever.
It is surprisingly
it's like,
surprisingly long.
I honestly it's one day need to break down and just build a new intro. I said other than our fire logo, since we actually that's old logo anyways.
It is. It's only been like a year plus.
Yeah,
okay. But like I said, no. I think let's have another Fiverr challenge, but this time with STS Guys podcast songs. I said limit $10. I think we could find some gold, and I think we could find anywhere from like I said, Larry finding his ukulele person to sing a song about him before, to the guy who basically takes like 80s, like I said, 80s hair metal songs and make songs out of that too. So
there's got to be some new people too, because it's been a year plus since we did that Fiverr episode.
Well, plus, I said with inflation, kind of hitting everybody. Everyone's dumping back into the gig economy. That's basically a brand new group of people there that are wanting that between $5 and $10 song.
Right. Yep. They're desperate. I see something over here in the chat though that has caught my eye. From our friend Ed. Oh, sorry. Thanks. It says, I swear to you with all that is good in heaven, I just recorded the song for you guys. So,
all right.
Interested? Yeah.
Give me a sec.
Check Instagram.
You guys continue to talk.
Yeah. Scott's on.
Ed, did it Was it to my Instagram or to the STS Guys one? If you can just drop that.
I think it's at STS Guys.
I'm gonna guess it's the main. Cool.
But I think we should do that. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm not saying I said Ed's might be number one.
Oh, it's completely okay.
Ed's might be number one, and I'm completely okay with that.
Yeah.
Yep. Give me a sec. It's gonna take me a second.
If anything, I said that'd be 100 times better.
Chances are it is, because the other ones are probably going to be really bad. But that's the point too. So
yeah.
But no, we've even just like the official audio podcast song. Like we've had that one since episode 1. So if these are great, like we can even just kick that one out and stick with the brand new theme song. It's time for a refresh for sure.
It's time for us to grow. Society is changing. So should set guys.
Yes, it's almost a new year. Like it's
Hey, like there's this gem. He will sing a song as in English, Japanese, or Portuguese. So not only I said could we basically have an intro song in 3 different languages, but we could basically start to market in 3 different languages as well. STS Guys Podcast in Japanese.
Yeah,
they have been having a really good AI generated auto translation that we can get for those languages.
Developed by a certain company.
Yeah, right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So give me a few.
That's cool. Well, while Scott's doing that, what's up with you, Jeremy? Did you buy anything? Do anything cool?
Two different things, and I showed you guys this right before the harassing. Shout out to my little sister. So it is my birthday. I said a week from today. So I said I got an early birthday present in the mail. So by far, probably one of the coolest things that I've ever seen. I was honestly just completely shocked and blown away. I said once I actually opened the mail. Apparently, I said there's different companies out there that do different things, right? But apparently, I said Oreo has a new thing to where it said they can make custom Oreos. So I said my little sister for my birthday basically made me STS Guys Podcast Oreos.
That is amazing.
Needless to say, I was completely shocked when I opened the package, and in complete shock and awe. I'm like, this is amazing.
I think it's pretty cool. I had no idea that was a thing, right? They've got the little logo on there. It's pretty sweet.
It's got some green sprinkles. Like it's pretty cool. Like how awesome is that, right? So you got that, and then I have it's not a hot toy, but it is. It's not a hot toy, but it is a hot toy. I ended up actually getting. I said after a year of waiting.
Nope.
The HasLab Galactus.
Wait, switch back because this is ginormous.
Just a sec. Oh wait, audio.
Yes, guys, you tune in and you watch, whether you like it or not.
We'll play it one more time here. Just for.
And it's time for the STS Guys. You tune in and you watch, whether you like it or not.
I like it.
Well done, Ed. That is amazing.
But yeah, so got the HasLab Galactus is it in the mail.
Sweet.
This thing is huge. Like, look at this. This is on my lap. This is my head. Like I said, I'm 6'2". Look at this. Look at this thing's huge.
It's like you can literally to carry it. You have to hug it.
Yeah, I have to hug it. Look, I can't even like wrap my fingers around. I can't even hug it. I can't even hug it.
That is a massive box. Yeah,
man. Someone needs to make a GIF out of this.
Yeah. Oh,
but yeah.
That is cool,
so that finally came. So super excited to set that up. But I'm like,
dude, where the fuck are you gonna put that? Is the question. Like knowing that that's just the box. Where are you gonna put that figure? Like, do you got a spot for it?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I said, I honestly forgot I bought it.
It's been a while.
It's been, like I said, it's been over a year. I actually forgot I ended up buying it, and so I'm like, I honestly don't know if I'll keep it, to be honest with you. So It might. I said. I think that's one thing why I didn't like to tear into it right away. I wanted to basically kind of like I said take it out, but I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not.
If you don't have a good spot for it,
you got to ruminate on that one a little bit.
Yeah, and well, the nice thing is it should be relatively easy to sell because these things are selling like crazy, like say for like double the price.
Yeah. Now that they're in hand.
Because like I said, people were nervous about it at first, because of like how's it going to pose and stuff but there's like crazy awesome reviews of everything.
Yeah.
So,
well, we saw it, right? They had it at the Hasbro booth at Comic-Con. I mean, obviously you couldn't touch it or anything. It was just there, but like it looked really cool in person. So like they did a good job. It seems like people would be happy with it. So yeah, if it doesn't fit in your collection, it's been a year and it's massive. Right. So yeah.
It was before I said, I think here's the thing. I had a spot for it, but that's before I had that giant Venom.
Oh, right.
And so
I forgot about that giant Venom.
Yeah. So the old giant Venom there was a thing. Oh, and then one other thing I got.
Yeah. Was it Venom related? Because I saw you post something Venom related today.
It was Venom related. I don't have a picture of it. But I ended up actually getting a pretty sweet mail call. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. I hate showing pictures on my phone, but on camera. But surprise. So this was a pre-order for Amongst It a long time ago too. But ended up getting, where is it at? I have 100 million photos. It's this building. But I said a signed 16 by 20. I said Tom Hardy Venom picture. So
it's very cool. Signed in silver over on the right side.
It's
really nice.
It's a really nice signature. It looks like it's honestly such a nice signature, and it's like the perfect placement.
Yeah.
So I actually ended up taking this one to actually get professionally framed. So right now it's actually at the framers as I get actually professionally framed, which I didn't even do for my Robert Downey Jr. because of my Robert Downey Jr. I said it's a cool spot. It's a cool picture, but this is a cool picture, and it's like the perfect spot and the perfect color, and then it's nice big. It's a nice big bold signature. Like it looks fantastic.
Yeah, it turned out perfect. Very, very cool, man. That's awesome. Yeah. I figured that was one of those. I didn't remember if you told us that you had bought that. I didn't remember, but like there's so many of those autograph signings that have been coming up with the Marvel people and other cool people. Like they take forever. So
they take forever. Like that Tom Hardy was. That was I think that was almost a year ago too.
Yeah, I remember seeing that one, but
it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So
like I have another one.
It's almost like they have to like schedule these guys out so far that they get all their orders in, right? And then it's like.
Well, and the thing is, like, so they end up, like I said, a lot of the actors and stuff end up like they started pushing these things out too. Yeah. So I remember this one was supposed to be completed, I think, in the summer, but they ended up actually pushing it out until basically said Tom Hardy was available. But this company was kind of cool. So this is actually the first time I've actually ever ordered from this company called Celebrity Authentics. So not only do they have like their own COA, but they actually send you a picture of him actually physically signing the item.
Oh, that's good.
So it's actually really cool. So basically, they send you the certificate of authenticity, but it actually has a picture of actually him signing it, and it's not like just like him signing a general one. Like I said, you can actually see because they pre-sticker it. You can see the cert in it, but then you can actually see Tom Hardy actually signing, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a nice touch.
Yeah,
sets them apart a little bit because I mean. Again, there's a lot of companies that are doing that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see the Ace Comic-Con one? They got Macaulay Culkin.
They got Macaulay Culkin. They got Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh yeah, Samuel L. Jackson is the other one after that.
So I actually might do that one.
It's pretty cool.
I did Willem Dafoe. I said that one I ordered a few months ago. So that one hopefully should be coming out here in the next few months.
They had Andrew Garfield and stuff too.
They had Andrew Garfield. They had Andrew Garfield too. Like I want one. Here's the thing. I wanted a Willem Dafoe, and I want a Tobey Maguire. Honestly, I could care less about the other two just because I'm like, the very first Spider-Man that's my Spider-Man is like I said is the Toby and Willem Dafoe combo, like, right? So
yeah,
that would be cool, right? That was a good movie, the first movie.
Oh, the first movie like is great.
Yeah.
Well, the second one too, like, so that's
very cool.
But yeah.
I got one thing. It's not quite as cool or as the Galactus, but it is big. Have you guys seen this? Shout out to Dustmans for tagging us on Instagram. But I got a 6-foot inflatable Bucky's Beaver holiday,
like a yard ornament,
yard thing. Yeah,
like one of those.
Front yard.
Like I said, the
like at Home Depot, like
the Home Depot things that you put in your yard, like the little air fan thing.
I got the inflatable Bucky Beaver to put in my front yard to bring a little bit of Texas back to Arizona. He tagged me in that last week, and
I need that in my life.
It was amazing.
I was gonna say, now I have to go and make a trip.
You do
to Bucky's so I can go get a Bucky.
I originally planned on just messaging you guys and be like, "Hey, like you need to pick one of these up for me," but then like it was just slightly more expensive on the website that does the Texas snacks. So the retail is $60.
Oh, here,
which isn't bad.
I have it on. I'm on my screen right now.
Yeah, it's a little more expensive on Texas snacks, but
so,
totally worth it.
Yeah, so here it is. Beep, beep.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I got it. So $90, $5 shipping. It was totally worth it.
It's pretty awesome. Not gonna lie.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's lighter than I thought it would be because I was thinking that it'd be heavy and it would cost like at least $20 to ship. We probably could have got away with shipping it a little bit cheaper, but it's surprisingly not that heavy. So I'm very much looking forward to putting this in my front yard.
It's pretty awesome. Not gonna lie. Well, and I think what's awesome, or like I said, like you having this in Arizona, where no one's gonna know what the hell it is.
Exactly. And if they do, then they're cool.
Yeah, then you're like,
that was kind of my thought too. Anybody who drives by and sees it and knows what it is,
that's a Bucky Beaver.
Yeah,
like,
then I'm happy. All the other people who are like, "What the hell's that?" That too.
I was wearing this. Jeremy and I just recently got back from a trip, and I'm wearing my coincidentally my Bucky's sweater, and I was wearing the Bucky sweater, and somebody had like stopped me and was like, "Bucky's," as I was walking around. So it was it's weirdly recognizable.
It is
away from its home.
Yeah, you see a lot of Bucky's t-shirts going to the HEB or the Target in Austin.
Yeah.
But when you see one outside of Texas, right, it's like, that person's cool. They would be my friend. Like I've seen a few here in Arizona, but not many.
Very, very sparingly.
I saw a Bucky's sticker on a car just this last week for the first time. Like I was very excited. I'm like, oh, like that is awesome. Like I like that person.
You feel like chasing that person down. We could be friends.
Exactly. I'm like I want to show him my Bucky's keychain to be like, Bucky's. Yeah. And then I realized that I need a Bucky's sticker on my actual car too. So that way somebody could do the same for me. So Heather brings up a really good point. Now we need a Whataburger inflatable.
I think they have them, don't they?
They have a lot of random stuff on that Whataburger shop.
No,
I would not be
pretty
surprised.
sure we have seen
pretty sure I'm pretty sure I've seen one in a neighborhood.
In my neighborhood, yeah,
That
walking
seems
around.
Right. And Ed mentions that there's
here it is. Here it is. Here, I got it.
Whataburger. All right, pause.
Here is the Whataburger inflatable.
Well, they have. So there's that one. There's the inflatable Santa that's in a Whataburger.
I think I've seen that.
Yes.
They also have
the snowman.
So they change it around every once in a while. Yeah, there's a snowman.
That one's
they
cool
have.
too.
Yeah, at the Whata store. Yeah.
Yeah, holding like a snowman holding a Whataburger sign.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I gotta. That would be Larry. You should do that. You should literally have an entire lawn full of Texas icons in Arizona.
Yeah, right. Inflatable.
I need to do like my roof's probably isn't good for it, but whatever, right? Like I need to do like
go back to the go back to the Whataburger shop where you had the snowman. On the Whata store, but go to the where is it? Is it under gifts and then go to holiday and click on them pajamas.
That's
Orange and white
Yeah.
pajama set.
And you need to wear stand out front wearing that.
I like it. Like I need to do like the string lights in the shape of Texas.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like this is a thing.
They have a surprisingly large Whataburger apparel.
Dude, there's so much stuff, and it refreshes like all the time too. It's not like they have the same 10 things. They it's like you said, like there's seasonal stuff on there. Whataburger or Whatastore is quite impressive. Dog dish.
They got They got the comfy, which is kind of like a Snuggie, over on the collaborations over there.
You have Yeti cups, actually Whataburger
Multiple.
Yeti cups.
James Avery charms.
Oh, look at this.
That's cool. The ketchup.
The ketchups.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm so spicy. I'm so fancy.
Very cool.
This has got to I think Larry, you need to have a completely Texas yard.
Here. This
I
for
think it's great.
For us with our love of hats. They have a pretty solid hat collection.
It is cool. Camouflage Whataburger hats. Yeah. So I was super stoked. I don't know what else I'm going to do. I think we have some other decorations that we haven't put up for a couple years, so going to have to find those. But I as much as I love Halloween, I can't wait for Halloween to be over so I can put up my beaver next weekend. Be the first one. Just nothing else. I'm just going to go
put the Bucky beaver out in the yard. I mean,
at first. You don't need anything
Do you
else.
really need an excuse to throw the inflatable Bucky out there? I don't think you do.
No, I literally think it's going to be next weekend. So, Ed's got something here, right? Former WWE star, current AEW wrestling star Ruby Soho has a Bucky's Beaver T-shirt of herself available to purchase. Interesting. I did not know that, but I am going to search that up. I know who she is. I've met her at that thing I went to, the Royal Rumble.
Apparently,
thing.
so I just searched it up, and definitely has a lot of photos of Bucky.
Where's the share screen?
Of there's a photo.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
But you also have. I'm gonna steal this from you.
Yep, go for it.
Because this person's legit. Because there's a picture of them in a Bucky's.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, interesting.
That is me too. Very cool. Yeah, right. I mean, if you're gonna have a Bucky's inspired shirt, I would hope that you would be a fan. But you're right. Like the fact that you've got a picture in front of the jerky wall.
Yep. A legitimate fan. Congrats.
Yeah, that is cool. Nerdy Curious is here. What's up?
Nerdy Curious, what's going?
What's up?
So all right, so let's get into some stuff that's not just us
not Bucky's
around here, because I want to get
the episode title is Just Chatting, and I think
that's exactly what we're doing.
Mighty fine job.
We're doing a fine. I had Twitter up, and I was like, what the fuck do I call this thing? Because usually I throw in just a random thing, whatever pops in my head, something dumb, a movie quote, a song title. I just happened to have the Twitch up. And I saw it was Just Chatting was what was one of the things. I was like, you know what? That's perfect. Let's throw that up there.
That's our Twitch space.
So I want to ask you guys: have any of you got a chance to check out Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities yet?
I have not. I said I actually meant to download that. I said that was going to be my plane show. I said traveling
except
back.
for the baby. Oh, the plane with the. That was I was gonna say a baby, but that was not a baby. That was like a 2-year-old.
What happened? On the way to California?
It was a demon.
It was on the way home from our trip. So Jeremy and I had to go to California for work. So on the way back, we took a late night flight. Took off at 6:30 California time. Landed at midnight Austin time. Right. It's like roughly 3-hour flight. The last hour and a half of it, there was a child. I'm going to say child because at this point, that's not a baby anymore. which is somewhat excusable for this behavior.
Yeah, you don't know any better.
For the last hour and a half on the plane, just top of the lungs, like
someone get this child some Teletubbies right now.
Like give it the goddamn iPad. Like do something, right? Like it
pierced through the noise canceling headphones.
So I tried. I had my headphones full volume, noise canceling on. Still could hear this part.
Let's just put it this way. Show. Scott was watching the Lego movie, I said on streaming, plus playing the Steam Deck, and he could still hear it.
Yeah. Still was like, sweet mother of God, please, somebody help. This is not... Somebody do something. And I'd say it's excusable if it was a baby, but at that age, like, that's an age where they can comprehend somewhat like
chill out, man.
Like chill out, calm down, please. Yeah, somebody get some Benadryl. I said that at one point. I said, "Can we give this kid a Benadryl?" And then at a certain point, I was like, "Give me a pillow. I'll take care of it." Like it was bad.
I mean, that's so fun. The 3-hour flight, right? You're almost home. It's late. You just want to be done. You don't have a screaming child.
Yeah, it was not a fun flight. But anyway, so Jeremy, you were gonna download it. I have watched a couple of the episodes so far.
I highly
recommend Netflix.
Okay.
So for anybody who doesn't know or has gotten a chance to take a look at it yet, if you're a fan of horror movies and like weird kind of obscure things, or it really actually feels like the old Tales from the Crypt shows, right? Where you have it's like they're like 50-minute long or an hour long,
like episodic, like type of episodic individual things.
Yeah, storylines. Nothing is really connected between them. There is nothing really shared. Nothing tries to. Always has a little like. It is Tales from the Crypt. 100% has a little intro from Guillermo del Toro, talking about what is a cabinet of curiosity. What are some of the things that go in there? He talks about random items. And then brings up something, and then the story goes into the story of why that's in the cabinet of curiosity, right? And it goes through. So the first two I've seen were really, really good. There's 8 of them, I think. They did like 4, 2, and then 2, but they're all available now. Has some really decent stars in it, so. It's good. I do highly recommend it. It's the good for like Halloween. It's good. You got
no. I was gonna say a Halloween movie. I'm like, here, like I said, finish what you're saying, Scott.
But
I'm like,
Halloween I recommend it. I want to get your guys' opinion though, so I need you to go watch a couple of the episodes and then come back and let me know what you think.
I will watch that, but I was telling Scott about a movie that he has to watch.
Yes, I have not seen it yet. No.
So. If anybody's out there who loves basically like gory movies and awesome basically Halloween movies, highly, highly recommend. I said Terrifier 2. I don't know if you've seen any of the articles about it. Basically, this movie is making people faint and basically barf in the theater because of how gory it is. So if you just Google Terrifier 2, there's just so many different news articles basically. Hey, people basically walking out of the theater. Puking. I said puking in it. It's fantastic. So here, let me just share my screen real quick, just so I can share some of these article titles. This is great. These are great. So, Terrifier 2's credit scene nearly made Chris Jericho puke while filming it.
Oh, okay.
People on Twitter
random call out to a
horror movie. Terrifier 2 is making people vomit and walk out of the theaters. So of course I went to see it, and of course it's legit. So this movie, like I said, so there's Terrifier, which came out back in 2016. Basically it stars, like I said, Art the Clown, which is basically that's the villain of the movie. So basically, imagine everything you hate about like horror movie clowns, mix that with mimes, and that's basically the villain. Okay. So it was a movie that was made for $500,000. However, it's basically continuing to like I said, trounce every other movie out there. So for example, like this top article, Black Adam drops 72% Terrifier 2 gained 84% week over week.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So it keeps on gaining. I said week over week over week over week. And so it's already made. I forgot how much money it's made so far, but it was made for $500,000. But it's been
8 million total.
Yeah, 8 million total.
Now
so
up to,
far.
so that's 2 more than it was last. Like
That's 2 more than when we and Scott looked at it on
the other day.
The other day on Thursday.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's pretty good, especially for it's hard to get attention at the theaters these days unless you are a superhero movie or a Jurassic World 3.
100%. Let us know.
Yes. No, it is fantastic. Like I said, I went and saw it in the theater. Just because I'm like, I really like the first one, and then I try to as soon as they extended the theater release, I'm like, okay, I got to go see the second one in the theater because I was actually just gonna wait for streaming originally.
Yeah,
but no, went and saw it in the theater. Like I said, as terms of making people like I said puke and faint in the theater, I'm like, I don't know if I necessarily that. Maybe I'm just completely desensitized. Maybe I'm just desensitized to that type of stuff now.
Like there are some people that just can't handle that sort of stuff no matter what. So if you show anything in more detail than, I mean, the same thing was happening in Jaws.
Yeah.
When it first came out, right?
The Exorcist,
right? Too. Like there. So it's just a matter of like when people haven't had that in a theater experience in a while. I think it's one of those things where it's just like they just can't handle it. Right? But you're going to a horror movie. You got to expect some of that stuff.
It just shows how depraved I am. I'm like, it didn't faze me at all. I was actually I was physically laughing in the theater a couple times.
This is fun.
I'm like,
all right.
Like, so a case of point. This isn't a spoiler. Just because I said there's no spoilers. We're like, there's this one dude in the movie. I said he's the boyfriend of the boyfriend of one of the girls. As a Halloween costume, he's wearing this a t-shirt with a knife on it, and it says, "Hey, honey, don't worry, just the tip." I said on this t-shirt, and it's basically a bloody knife tip, basically on this t-shirt. They basically turned that into a joke, like 45 minutes into the film, where Art the Clown cuts off the dude's dick, writes on the window just a tip with the tip of the dick, and then throws it at the girls. Like. I'm like, bravo. Like, so I started laughing so hard. I'm like, that's great. That's great. I'm like, that foreshadowing basically on a dude's t-shirt that basically 45 minutes later, do they bring into an actual kill scene? Brilliant. Like,
a random throwaway little sight thing.
Yeah, very cool.
It's great, but no. So hopefully, I said you should be able to wash your hands to watch this movie. I said if not, I said that it'll be.
This might be one where you know what, like, so this is one where you kind of almost want to go see it in the theater to support the people who made it, because it is kind of a low budget film. But if it's getting a lot of praise, like it's one that you want, like, continue to make films, whether or not in the same genre or whatever. But clearly, you got like the eye for like what people somewhat want. To keep
I mean, it already did good, so
it's great.
Per the chat, it is available online, so if you don't want to leave your house,
highly recommend it. Like, it is gory, but it's like it's actually a fun gory. Like there's there's one kill scene in the movie where they basically tried to outdo the first Terrifier. So in the first Terrifier, this. Spoiler if you haven't seen it, there's this one scene basically where there's this girl hanging upside down where Art the Clown literally, they said, right down from vajayjay down, just starts hacksawing basically this entire person down while she's alive. Like, pretty gory scene, but pretty awesome. The first movie was made for $250,000. They doubled the budget for this movie. But yeah, like I said, the kill scene, this one, which they just dubbed the bedroom scene. It's so over the top. It's fantastic.
So I might go.
Get up on
this. You go to the theater. Get up on this.
Episode. I hadn't heard of it, so interesting. Cool.
Ed, I said, of course I've listened to Cannibal Corpse. Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
I actually, you bring up this, but I saw one of the greatest thing is like at our age that most of us and a lot of our listeners are at. That we're still listening to that. Like, I just start to think about it. not too long from now, we're gonna have retirees bumping Cannibal Corpse and like metal and stuff at the retirement homes.
Oh yeah,
It's gonna be amazing.
Well, even speaking of bands, I said I was talking to Scott. I said about so I went and saw Slipknot last month, and so what their opening band was, I'm like, I totally forgot about them, but I'm like, they put on, it's literally probably the best opening band that I've ever seen at any concert that I've ever been to. So it's this band called Ice Nine Kills. So all of their songs. So basically, imagine Slipknot, and if you mix basically Panic at the Disco in terms of the sound, mash those two together, and that's what the sound is like. But then all of their songs are based on horror movies, and then every other song they basically do some type of kill on stage. So they're either like taking a drill to somebody, or chopping them up, or doing this something. It's an entire stage show. So basically, it's like the music, Panic at the Disco, and Slipknot mixed with basically a gore stage show. It's amazing.
Oh, Gwar. I miss Gwar.
It's amazing. So like,
totally sounds like a good time.
Oh, it's a great time.
Yes. I saw Black Adam.
Oh, did you? What did you think? Because I have hit to the point where I think I'm getting like having 2 years pretty much, give or take, of like not going to the theaters. I've kind of hit theater fatigue where I'm like, I'm not excited to go see a movie in the theater. The last one I saw was the No Way Home.
Okay.
That's the last time I've been in the theater.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Black Adam is definitely one of those movies that you could wait 2 months for it to come out on HBO Max. Because it's going to be there by Christmas. Like literally, it's going to be on streaming, or at least maybe January. Like, it's going to be there really soon.
Well, especially if it's had such a big drop.
I mean, I think it did okay opening weekend or whatever. Like,
its drop is it's got a big drop.
Yeah, I mean, like, no spoilers, but it was better than I thought it would be. Like, I had very, very low expectations. I mean, it's probably kind of in that like Morbius category where it's it's not good, but it's not the worst thing ever either.
Well, if you think Morbius, that was the worst thing ever. That's the wrong.
Morbius wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad, but according to the people in the theaters, it was the worst thing ever.
I had heard some bad things about Black Adam, not quite on that level. Because I think we went that first Friday when it opened, so it was still kind of new. I don't know. It was okay. Like DC, I don't know what DC's doing. Like that whole thing like is just really weird too. Like just there's references to Aquaman and Wonder Woman and Flash and stuff, like when there's this kid who has posters of all of those on their wall, but it's it's Gal Gadot Wonder Woman, it's Ezra Miller Flash, so like it's clearly kind of in, like, it's supposed to be in that universe, but like that universe is also supposed to be dead. Like it's just weird. So that thing bothered me. But like The Rock was fine. Dr. Fate, right, was Pierce Brosnan. He was okay. It was Hawkman was in it. Like it was cool to see Hawkman and Dr. Fate in a movie. But overall, like it was, I don't know, like 1 to 5, it was a solid like 2.5. Like it's right in the middle. Like it was just okay.
It's probably exactly what you expected, right?
It is,
So like, you weren't going into it being like, man, this is going to be a great movie. You're going to be like, hey, guess what?
This is a movie.
This is a movie. Exactly. Right? So this is a movie. I'm like,
all right.
And you're like, it's like, okay, like, okay.
It was a movie.
I could get on board with that though.
However, though, I said, did you see the news? I said, it's interesting because like the new direction of the new DCU, right? I said, now that James Gunn is the Kevin Feige of DCU now.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up because I did totally forget about that, but I wanted to talk about it. How do you guys feel about that? I don't know. I'm kind of surprised that they picked him.
I think it's because the movies that he's done, or any of the work that he's done for them has outperformed any of their other movies.
And after that announcement, you got Henry Cavill that was like, I'll come back as Superman now.
Yeah.
Like, so I think he's I want to play a happy Superman.
Which sucks because like I said that he dropped The Witcher. So
there's some other stuff that was going on though with The Witcher. So he dropped The Witcher, But if you guys have been following the production of that, apparently he was getting in arguments with the writing and the director team and everything because they were not following like the lore established in the books. And he's like, this isn't what's supposed to happen, or like this isn't something like that character would do. And he's like, I don't want to do that. So like the whole second season, he was having like fights with the people. So I think he just didn't want to come back for a third. Yeah. Like I don't know if it had anything to do with Superman directly. Could have used that as a good excuse, but like I just think he was like, I can't, like, I'm a fan of this series and I can't do it dirty, so I'm out.
Yeah. So back to James Gunn. So James Gunn did Suicide Squad, the newer one, and Peacemaker, right? When Peacemaker was good. So you're right. Two of their better things comparatively. He also did Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, which is a great movie, and Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Not such a great movie.
And Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which
we'll see.
And the holiday special, which the trailer looks great.
Looks good. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see the trailer.
The trailer's great.
Oh, you haven't seen the trailer?
There's a whole there's a lot more references to the hero of Earth, Kevin Bacon, than you would think.
Okay.
So
it's going to be goofy and fun.
An 8-year joke, and a joke that they made 8 years ago comes full circle into a Christmas special.
Right. Like a joke about Footloose of all things.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Returns.
I'm going to watch that after this. But yeah, I don't know. So how do you guys feel about James Gunn? Is he going to be the savior?
I don't think he's going to be the savior, but I think he's going to put it back on track.
Exactly.
But I think they're going to need somebody who's not also a director in that role. They need a Kevin Feige,
right? So there is another guy. He just nobody remembers his name because he's not.
Yeah, but you just need somebody to actually oversee it and have a good set of directors ready to go that can follow that vision. So, right, James Gunn is going to be good to set the vision, and I think he can go back into building up the directing and writing the movies, and give that to somebody else to take over as like, all right, you now know where we're headed. This is what we're going to do. Still consult to that, but I think he needs to be directing and like pushing those movies and writing still, because that's what he's really good at. That's why those movies are good, because he's writing and directing and he's doing a lot of that creative shit himself. Taking him away is going to be rough.
He's probably been in the room with Kevin Feige for decisions, or kind of, he's at least privileged to kind of maybe some of the thought process behind all of that, I'm sure he's learned some things there and can take those best practices and, not carbon copy, but maybe apply some of the same, theories or the same things that they were trying to get to for Marvel to DC.
Yeah. Like
I have some bad news though.
What's up?
Of all the things that James Gunn has planned, the sequel to the Joker is implicitly being stated will not be included in
the
anything.
Musical?
Yeah, he said that will not be canon to anything I do.
Oh, okay. But it's still happening, so that's good.
It's still happening, but he's like, nope.
His thing. I don't know. We'll see. It's still, it's going to be a while before they right that ship.
Yeah, it's going to take a while. It's almost like you have to almost just kill it and then kill everything and start it anew. Even your
but do it, like, just do it, right? Isn't there like, I know it's Marvel, but isn't there like Deadpool kills the Marvel universe? They should just do a movie like that where something happens and it just ends everything, and then they just start over.
So like
there's something ridiculous
like
and over
crisis
the top
or something, right?
Yeah, where just it ends and everything just ends. That way, it's very final. It's very firm. Everybody knows. Like, even the casual people know that, hey, all this stuff is over. Maybe sure you can bring Henry Cavill back, but it's a different, multiverse Henry Cavill or whatever. Like, it's a different Superman. That Superman, from the olden days, he's gone. This just happens to look exactly like him. Figure out a way to just end it, please. Very clearly end it too.
It's kind of the thing where they just kind of like, they sort of did that, right, with the other Spider-Man, right? And the other thing, they're just like, like these things happen, but they're not. Seems like each of them has kind of gone on with their lives a little bit and had additional adventures post the established movies, right? So it's like, we don't need to talk about all the stuff. Like, we're only going to talk about what we've done, but we made it clear that you've done other things too, right? Like, time has passed.
Yeah.
So
Figure out
it makes it good where you have to do that, where it's like
move
we're the
forward.
character you know, but we've other stuff, and we're out. Right?
Yeah.
Right. No more.
Done.
No more Lois Lane staring at a bridge for 4 minutes, and the cut to.
Hey, it was dramatic.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch She-Hulk? Because we haven't talked about that yet.
I did.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
wait a minute.
I have pros and cons to the thing. I didn't like how they were setting it up. I do like the idea that it was like somebody finally had the we'll say the gall, right, to jump on and be like, can we please not have another fight at the end of a story where it's just the hero fighting a person with the same exact power set,
Sure.
like that we get in every superhero origin story, right? It's like they fight everybody. Galactic Brackman's up. The Daredevil stuff was pretty cool. I enjoyed Daredevil in this one. I liked a more goofy take on the character.
Yeah, he was
right?
different
like,
than
a little bit
Netflix.
A little bit more Netflix, and they get. I think even Charlie Cox brought out that like they got to show off with the better look, like the more acrobatic, right? Where he's doing the flips and spit and stuff, that because they were trying to be more realistic and gritty in Netflix. So this one's more like the comic character, like ricocheting shit off of walls, like and that sort of stuff. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I just didn't like the fourth wall break end as a concept. I wish they would have just thought of something different. And then you have fucking Scar at the end that they just were like, "Hey, this is my
butchered."
kid.
Like,
that was
and then like
weird.
And then like move on. And it's like, okay, that's not going to be something potentially major in the future.
Yeah, that was weird and kind of unnecessary.
Yeah.
And that got a lot of the attention from that episode too. All right, that was very memeable moment. But I loved that last episode. That was the most enjoyable thing I've watched in a really long time, just because it was so weird and so unexpected. I didn't like how it felt so different from the rest of the season. Like they should have just kind of owned that from the beginning and just made it fun and goofy and break that fourth wall like crazy.
They did the fourth wall break as just like I'm going to talk.
Yeah, it was
the camera
stupid.
thing, and then having it be like, I'm going to leave the show.
And it was
like,
always
it diverged.
It was always at the intro of an episode for like a couple seconds, and that's it.
Or the end, or a random one-off, like wink, and they go, and then to have her like, I'm going to step off, literally step off the pages.
Yeah,
felt a little strange. I did like the concept of Kevin. Right,
Kevin was great.
Like I did like the concept of Kevin.
When she walks into the writer's room and they're like, "Oh no, that's up to Kevin." I'm like, "Oh my god,
they're gonna bring Kevin Feige."
Yeah, Kevin
and then
Feige.
it's a robot named Kevin with like, I can't remember what the acronym stands for, but like actually they made some like BS acronym for Kevin.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the idea of
it
Kevin.
Was
I thought it would have been done.
Yeah.
I wish it would have been done better.
I liked it. It was a lot of fun. When she when it pauses and it takes you to your Disney Plus menu for a second, and you're like, "Wait, what's going on?" And then she steps out. Like it was so good. I get if you didn't like it because it was weird, but it was. I thought it was fun. It was literally like I laughed. I enjoyed this way more than anything Marvel's done in a very long time.
They did a really good job too, because that does look a lot like my home screen.
It did, yeah.
With another thing, like
right?
So
it's got Doctor Strange on it. Like right, it was
like, and I just watched it recently, so I was like, well, there's a reason for it to be there. It got it good where it caught me for a second, but Kevin thing was funny, but like. I just wish there was a little bit more.
It made fun of itself. It made fun of the internet trolls. Like it was good. Like if you didn't like it, like obviously like the internet, people being mean on the internet to women and stuff probably didn't like it because it was making fun of them. Like that whole thing was very tongue in cheek too, which I liked.
I did think that they should have given the Wrecking Crew a little bit more to do in that.
Well,
right? You brought in the Wrecking Crew just for like a 4 minute, like not even a 4 minute, like a couple minute gag, and then you bring back a character right for a few extra time as like a nice guy. So
what do you think, Jeremy?
Yeah, I just didn't like it. I just didn't like that entire series. Like I just wish they would have owned it right? Like in regards to like, hey, guess what,
absolutely.
like if they would have made like, hey, villain of the week, and I said episodic, and like literally Law and Order.
I wish there was more
comedy Law and Order, and if they just would have done that, I would have loved that series.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And they needed to have more emphasis on the law stuff, because that was fun. Like the whole suing the girl for the trademark infringement part.
Yeah,
like
the frog man that brought Charlie Cox, Daredevil in.
Yeah, that was good. That was my favorite episode.
I think that was my favorite too. Where
that was my favorite episode, just because it was like front to back. Like you had some funny moments, you had some action moments, you had it was a good mix. Of different moments.
And I do love the new superhero suit maker.
Like that guy,
the dude. I don't know why. Portrayed him as like basically the Edna Mode of
that's what he was
the Marvel universe.
The Incredibles
did such a great job portraying like what you would think is the fashion designer for superheroes would be.
Yeah. Well, and I think the reason why I like that episode too, right, is like back after after freaking Jen, fucks Daredevil basically does the walk of shame like in his Daredevil costume.
Just carrying the boots,
so I left it that that was great. Like, give me more episodes like that.
Yeah.
Where
it would have been way up more on my list.
You have your villain of the week. You have your courtroom scene. You have basically what happens after the courtroom. This, that, and the other. Bam! Hey, episode done. And then it doesn't even have to connect to the next episode. Just basically make it episodic, where like, hey, one contained episode, one contained story.
Yeah.
Move on.
Maybe a little bit of an overarching story about whatever boyfriends or whatever. But it basically could reset every week.
They really pushed hard on the overarching story. I do like Wong getting married. I thought that was kind of funny. Like
the Wong episode is really good too.
The Wong episode was good too, with the magician.
Yeah.
Messing stuff up, right?
It had
like
really
there were
good
some
moments,
good episodes,
but it had a lot of just mediocre moments too.
I don't think anything was bad. I just thought it was either really good or just middle of the road.
Yeah, and maybe that's what maybe that's what it is, right? I said I think it was like way too many peaks and valleys. Like it was like rather than just like hey, just keep me entertained as it's going along. It went from me liking an episode to I'm not really interested in watching this, but I'm just gonna watch it just so I can basically check it off the listing and get it done. And an episode was really good, and then let me just check it off the episode just to get it done. And then I don't know with the last episode, like just don't even introduce Scar. Like I said, like that. Like I said,
why do you have to do that?
I don't know.
Like I said, the whole because obviously it touches on World War Hulk, and that's such a iconic storyline, like I said, in the Marvel universe, in the comic universe, and I honestly want I want non-smart Hulk back. I want Rage Hulk back.
I've seen a lot of people say that.
Yeah,
they're over this smart Hulk, Bruce Banner.
Give me Rage Hulk back. Like I want Rage Hulk back.
Yeah, I want the Hulk from Thor 2.
Oh, okay. So, and then I said, here's what would have made me love the last episode if they would have done this. So the rumor has it they were trying to basically get Ed Norton, like I said, as the Hulk. Like I said in the last episode too. If they would have put Ed Norton as Hulk, I said in that last episode, that would have done it for me. I'm like, okay,
right.
Hey, you redeemed yourself.
Although I did also like on the episode post when she has her freak out that they redid the Lou Ferrigno intro.
That was really good too.
I did enjoy the TV show re-edit with her instead of the Lou Ferrigno series. So there was stuff to like. There's a lot to not like. You're right. I didn't like Scar being introduced in that way.
Yeah,
and at the Fast and Furious picnic at the end.
Yeah,
right.
That's exactly what I was watching. That totally was, They're like, hey, that's Fast and Furious. I'm like, family.
Yeah, family.
Totally.
Yeah. So,
all right. What about kind of like pivoting just slightly? Did you guys watch Werewolf by Night?
Oh no,
that's on my list. I have to watch it. I was actually probably going to watch that after this.
is it just one episode?
One
one thing?
It's like an hour-long
It's a
thing.
special. It's an hour-long
Okay.
special.
It's like I think it's their version of like a Halloween special, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. No, I haven't watched it yet. Was it good?
I really liked it. Like I said, I really liked it. I said it wasn't like the most fantastic thing I ever watched, but it's probably the most enjoyable thing that I've watched from Disney Plus for a while.
Cool. Well, Ed and Galactic Brats both said it's good too. So, Scott, we've got homework.
We got some homework,
to-
right?
we
We'll
need
talk
to
about
watch
it. Let's hold off on that. Let's talk
Yeah.
next week. We'll both watch it, and we'll talk
Yeah.
next week post Halloween. We'll talk
Yes.
Werewolf by Night.
Definitely watch it. I think, but here's the thing. Just real quick on it. I think the thing where I'm like, I thought it was just okay. I wanted more of it. I think that I wanted more of it, and I think that's what had me. I said like, hey, it's not fantastic because I actually wanted more of it because I wanted actually more backstory. But
Interesting.
guys, check it out.
What about Andor? Did any of us? Did you guys go back?
I
to
have
Andor?
not. I
haven't
have
gone back.
not picked that up since
2
episode
episodes.
Me
and
neither.
then,
I didn't even finish that second episode. I don't think. I think I made it like maybe halfway through, and I never went back. It's still like on. I saw something I think this week where they're like new episode of Andor. I'm like, that's still on. like
Oh wow!
That,
Yeah.
but I mean, like I haven't watched it, but I haven't seen anybody else post anything about it either. Like it was an official Disney Plus post or like catch episode 8 or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's still doing new episodes. Like I thought that it sucks.
Yeah.
Well, we're coming up in the hour, so apparently
Whoa.
So yeah, getting all blurry here all of a sudden. So I think Larry, it's time to do your thing.
Yeah, so you should totally check us out on all the social medias. You can find us on Twitter at STS Guys. We're on Instagram at STS Guys, and we're on Facebook at the STS Guys. And I am Larry from the STS Guys.
Chilling like a villain.
Showing like a villain.
Ding 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 diggy ding ding. Ding 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 diggy ding ding.
And if you like coffee, you should check out Lost Astronaut Coffee Company. That's right, Lost Astronaut Coffee Company. Not only do they have delicious coffee, they have super rad merch. Use the link in our Instagram bio, and you'll save on your first order. Lost Astronaut Coffee Company. It's the best.
It's the best.
It's the best.
I did drive by London Gold the other day, and I was
Did you have a chuckle?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm like, London Gold, it's the best. Oh yeah, if you like podcasts, check out our friends who have podcasts.
I don't have friends. I got family.
That's right, our podcast family, like Raw Boys, Secondary Heroes, the Average Nerd Podcast, Nerdy Curious, Movie Retakes, the Toy Rewind Podcast, 3 Beers and a Mic, and Just a Little Podcast and Cookie. So shout out to all those great podcasts and many more. I don't know. That's all I got. Happy birthday to Tyler Calvert. It was his birthday last week.
Oh, happy birthday!
He's a good guy.
Happy birthday, Tyler Calvert.
Happy birthday, Tyler.
Oh,
Alright.
So that.
I'm putting this out there in advance. No episode next week for me.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
I was going to say. It's literally
Bi-weekly
your
is going to
birthdays.
continue. It's the tradition from November and December, right?
Yeah.
Scatter shot from here until we come back for the new year.
I
I'm
feel
guessing. I'm guessing Scott has something to do.
I
Next
have
week
something
on
to
this
do
day
too.
as well.
So on this day, it's a very special day for reasons.
It's
I am traveling. It is National Gunpowder Day. It is
it's
when it's the Back to the
SDCC
Future-
open registration.
open registration, and it is Back to the Future Day. So there's quite a few things to celebrate.
And Guy
so,
Fawkes
yeah,
Day.
That's Gunpowder Day.
Yeah, okay.
It's because the Gunpowder
Oh,
Fund,
okay.
right? Yeah, Guy Fawkes Day. So, anyways, yes. So we will not be podcasting, but Larry, I will be in your neck of the woods, and I think we're gonna have to do
Some White Castle,
a
or
White Castle
something.
trip that day. I'm planning on that day,
Okay,
White Castle trip.
cool.
So
I don't think I have plans
I'll
other
let you
than
know.
Comic-Con in the morning. Yay.
yep. So perfect. All right, Jeremy, do your thing.
All right. So for episode 228 of the STS Guys, I've been Jeremy,
Hey, it's Larry.
And I'm Scott.
and we're the STS Guys. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.